I tested every single weapon mod I could find, from the most forgotten ones with a single download to mods played by millions. And today, we're going to figure out which one truly deserves the title of the best weapon mod in Minecraft. Let's start with the mod that has only one download. The author says it adds cool slingshots for survival. And yeah, the mod actually gives you slingshots from a basic one all the way to a diamond version. It also adds a little cobblestone pebble you can shoot. The basic slingshot kills a zombie in 6 shots, which feels balanced and even kinda realistic. The iron and gold ones don't feel much different, but the diamond slingshot is a whole other story. It fires a homemade grenade, almost one-shots zombies, and explodes on impact. And that's not all. There are darts, even though the author didn't mention them. When they hit, they give darkness and nausea, and the way mobs die from them looks, honestly, pretty painful. Overall, the mod is super creative and atmospheric, and I really think it deserves a try. Now let's jump to a mod with 100 times more downloads. It only adds 3 guns, a pistol, a sniper rifle, and a minigun, plus a grenade and a bomb that looks suspicious, to say the least. This is our first pistol, and visually it looks very simple. If you fully charge it, yes, it pulls back like a bow. A single shot deals 100 damage. For comparison, a netherite sword deals only 8. I honestly don't understand why, because most mobs only have around 20 HP. The sniper rifle deals around 300 damage, which makes even less sense. The minigun, I'm not even going to comment, it just looks strange. But the grenade surprised me. It looks small and boring, but the explosion is actually solid. And then there's the bomb. At first, I couldn't figure out how to activate it. I placed a redstone torch. Nothing happened, just some particles around it. I stood there for 10 seconds thinking, is that it? And then I saw this. I flew 3,000 blocks straight into the sky. That's when I realized this mod isn't joking. It looks genuinely terrifying. The weapons are powerful, sure, but visually, I give this mod 1 out of 10. I really hope the author stops trolling players. Next, we have a mod with 1,000 downloads. As soon as I loaded the world and fired a gun, I heard this sound. And by the way, you can't aim in this mod, which is a bit sad. Also, look at this. At medium range, the guns deal 0 damage. They only work point blank. I tried all weapon types, and every single one deals exactly 1 damage, no more. But someone in the comments wrote, OP mod, absolute Sigma. I really hope it worked better for him. Now look at how the weapons look on the ground. I genuinely got scared the first time I saw it. The model is almost as tall as I am, but here's something cool. You can inspect the weapons. It doesn't change gameplay, but the animations and the models look surprisingly nice. There are no textures, but there are small details, and I appreciate that. My favorite one is the regular Glock. The inspection animation, though, feels very generic, and the floating hand looks, let's just say, weird. Now we're moving to mods with tens of thousands of downloads. This mod is called Old Guns. It came out about 4 years ago, and was the author's first project. It adds 21 weapons, ammo, and even some kind of ore. The crafting is simple. Combine iron and coal in a crafting table, smelt it, and get a steel ingot. From that, you craft the weapon table and the guns themselves. At first glance, the mod seemed pretty good, but the hands look small and too low on the screen. Still, you get a running animation, an inspect animation, and you can hit mobs with the butt of the gun. A normal pistol kills mobs in around 4 shots, which is fine. The Galil feels similar, but there's a bug if you swap weapons during an animation. The model stretches across half the screen. The Kar 98K is great, smooth shooting, good visuals, but again, there's a bug. The hand takes up half the screen. There's also a Makarov pistol. Simple, only 6 damage, but it has a nice sound and a cool vibe. You can snipe mobs from far away with any gun, which destroys the balance, but at least everything is easy to craft. For a first mod, the weapons look decent, but I wouldn't play it long term. Now, let's look at the mod with 50,000 downloads. It's pirate themed and made by the same author, but 5 times more popular. It came out about a year after the first mod, so let's see if the quality improved. This one adds 4 guns, a sledgehammer, and a handheld cannon you can carry and fire. But if you try shooting while running, nothing happens. That's a pretty serious bug. Also, the cannon looks like a camera, and at first, I really thought it was one. The crafting is super simple. Again, just wood and iron ingots. Like in the previous mod, you can hit mobs with the guns, but here it looks a bit more polished. You can also attach the vanilla spyglass to the rifle, which is actually pretty creative. The sledgehammer, though, confused me. When you swing it, there's there's a weird animation before the hit, and then the character strikes 3 times in a row. Overall, the weapons impressed me, and you can tell the author improved a lot. The visuals are nicer, the models feel better, the mod definitely jumped several points in quality. We've made it about halfway through the list, and now we've reached a mod with 500,000 downloads. It came out 3 years ago, and according to the description, the goal is simplicity, easy weapon crafting, buying ammo, and just enjoying the shooting. The screenshots look promising, honestly. Not what you'd expect from a 500,000 download mod. I grabbed the basic pistol and started shooting, but nothing happened. Turns out you shoot with right click and aim with left click, which feels pretty strange. The gun animation in your hand looks decent. The pistol deals good damage. Mobs die in about 4 shots. There's even a reload animation, and it looks fine. But if you run while holding a weapon, it moves both in your hand and inside your inventory. The shotgun feels pretty nice too. The minimalist design gives it a clean, cubic vibe, but the M4 actually surprised me. The scope takes up the entire screen, and you can't see anything. I get that it's trying to be realistic, but yeah, it looks very odd. The sniper scope is also unusual. Maybe someone will like it, but it's definitely a unique style. The shooting sounds are familiar because, yeah, they're from CS2, and that mix honestly caught me off guard. But the mod has one serious problem: balance. Look at this. I fired 6 shots from the revolver and it broke. You either repair it or craft a new one, and every weapon works like that. Crafting here takes some time, so running around and surviving with these guns won't be easy. Overall, the mod is interesting, but I wouldn't use it for a vanilla survival playthrough. Now we move on to a mod with 1 million downloads, and you've probably already heard of it. This one adds a full weapon system: pistols, rifles, grenade launchers, RPGs, and even military vehicles. Every weapon requires a blueprint, and you can only find those in loot chests. Blueprints have rarities, from common to legendary, and higher tier weapons get stronger. By the way, the game even shows who you killed in the top right corner. A small visual detail, but a nice one. There are dozens of weapons here, and I picked a few to show. The first one is the taser, which stuns enemies and deals light damage. Look at this reload animation. It actually looks impressive. Next is the minigun, firing at some insane speed. From what I can tell, it overheats quickly, and the recoil is huge. But the firing sound is pretty sharp. And now, look at the sniper rifle. The model is incredibly detailed. It has weight, momentum. For comparison, check this earlier mod. The difference is massive. You can even attach attachments to some guns, making them stronger and better looking. There are a ton of weapons here, and you can tell the author put a huge amount of effort into the mod. Just look at the RPG. The explosions look amazing, with great particles and realistic screen shake. And the javelin can destroy a whole group of zombies in a single hit. Besides weapons, the mod adds all kinds of extras: new ore, gear from different countries, and a massive amount of vehicles. You can even open containers that spawn vehicles, and it looks really cool. But I still don't fully understand why the author added a wheelchair. At least there are giant tanks that can store items and shoot at enemies. The scale of this mod is insane. The amount of content is enormous. It's impressive, though I think it's more for specific players who enjoy large mod packs. But when it comes to weapon quality, this is definitely a strong contender for the title of the best weapon mod. Now we've reached a mod with 3 million downloads. The author says this weapon mod was made to fit perfectly into vanilla survival. To start, you have to find a special ore called scrap metal, and from that, you craft your first weapon workbench. There are several workbench tiers, and at the beginning, you can only make simple weapons. For example, here's a basic shotgun. It holds just 1 shell, but it kills a mob in a single shot, though you'll spend a long time reloading afterward. In these same workbenches, you can craft attachments, stocks, magazines, and other parts. To craft something more serious, you'll need the weapon table, With it, you can build a simple pistol with enough ammo to kill about 3 zombies in a row. The next tier is the Gunite Workbench. With this one, you can craft some of the best weapons in the entire mod. Take the rifle. Look at how detailed and clean this model is. It looks great. There are also blueprints for rare weapons, and for those, you need a separate crafting station. One of the rarest examples is this shotgun that fires a sort of water bomb. It's not too strong. It takes about half a mob's health per shot, and you only get 6 shells in the magazine. Another interesting weapon is the Typhoony. It's a bit stronger than the previous one and fires a stream of water that sends mobs flying about 9 blocks away. And for contrast, check out the Blossom Rifle. It has a 30-round magazine and is noticeably stronger than the earlier weapons. The glowing flowers on the gun look beautiful in the dark, though you can't see them in third-person view. There are many more weapons, and on top of that, the mod adds a bunch of extra tools. You get signal flares, grenades, Molotov cocktails with beautiful fire effects, flashbangs that zombies actually run from, and smoke grenades you can hide inside. All of this fits Minecraft's style perfectly. You can also paint your weapons and install different add-ons, but we'll talk about that another time. In my opinion, this is one of the best weapon mods out there, and it definitely deserves your attention. And finally, the most popular mod, with 15 million downloads. The first version came out 4 years ago, and the developers kept updating it all this time. The mod is almost realistic now, but still keeps the blocky Minecraft style. Right now, it has 15 creative menu tabs, weapons, ammo, attachments, and more. To craft a weapon, you need the weapon workbench. The recipe is simple, and the table itself looks clean and minimalistic. You'll also need separate stations for ammo and attachments. Let's start with the pistol. It's extremely detailed and feels like an actual firearm, reacting to every little movement. Remember the mod with 500,000 downloads? The difference here is huge. The pistol kills a mob with 2 body shots or 1 headshot. The reload animation is smooth and clean, and the inspect animation is surprisingly detailed. Next is the M4 carbine. You've probably noticed that when you pull out a weapon, the camera has a slight sway. It looks really nice. The M4 kills in a few shots, has a 30-round magazine, and the inspect animation is beautiful, long, smooth, and super cinematic. Now look at the P90 with a laser, suppressor, and sight attached. It looks amazing, kills zombies very quickly, and the magazine holds 50 rounds, perfect for a zombie apocalypse, since zombies here have slightly more HP. During the day, the laser is barely noticeable, but indoors, it gives a soft glow, and it looks great. Every weapon also has recoil, natural, readable, and easy to control. And finally, the AWP. It almost one-shots zombies, and with a scope, muzzle, and extended mag, it looks fantastic. These last 3 mods are definitely the strongest contenders for the title of the best weapon mod. Honestly, choosing between the final 2 is hard. They're made in completely different styles, and each one is amazing in its own way. Let me know in the comments which weapon mod you like the most.